Okay, so I wanted to do an extra example with this particular equation here and show that there's two methods and you can decide which one you prefer doing. So I think the first one that we're going to do is going to just look really similar to the previous things that we've done, okay? I'm going to begin by getting rid of this 4 that's at the beginning. Remember, it's a positive 4 by doing the opposite, which is take away 4. Now I'm not left with 3x, but I'm left with negative 3x. Because I'm left with negative 3x, I'm going to write that down at the beginning. Negative 3x equals 13 take away 4, which is 9. Now what I need to do is I need to divide by, not but 3, I need to divide by negative 3. So I'm going to divide by negative 3, which means that x is equal to 9 divided by negative 3. Well, 9 divided by negative 3 is just going to be negative 3 because 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that's one of the ways you could do this. I'm just going to show you the other way that you might like to do it that avoids dividing by a negative number. So what I'm going to do is get this negative 3x, I'm going to get rid of it by adding 3x to the other side. That's going to be like the first thing that I do. So what I've done is I've changed it from being a negative 3x by putting it as a positive 3x on the other side. That leaves me with a 4 equals 13 plus 3x. Now it's just like a normal equation. I'll get rid of that 13 by subtracting 13. And 4 take away 13 is minus 9. So minus 9 equals 3x. I'll then get rid of that 3 by doing divide by 3. And so you get minus 3 is equal to x. So you've got a choice of which way you can do this. You can either just be careful with dividing by negatives, but you might end up with a negative divided by a negative, which is fine. You just got to deal with it carefully. Or you can change this negative 3x to a positive 3x by putting it to the other side. It's your choice which you prefer. I think I prefer this method. It's just my preference. I've then got a challenge where there are many steps for this one. So you might like to have a go at this one, but I just thought it was good to show you can have more complicated types of equations. So you might not always want to do like a full written method for some of these things because it can get quite long. So I'm going to start off by undoing this last part, which is plus 1. So if I want to undo that plus 1, I would need to subtract 1. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to undo this big divide by 2 by taking this whole thing here and multiplying it by 2. Let's see what we've got left now. So we've got 3x minus 6 over 3 plus 4 equals 8 minus 1. That was the first thing we did, which is 7. And 7 times 2 is 14. So I'm now going to get rid of that plus 4 by doing take away 4. So that's 3x minus 6 divided by 3 equals 10. Now I'm going to get rid of this divide by 3 that's in the denominator by multiplying by 3. So we get 3x minus 6 equals 30. And you can see it's just got so much neater. I'll do the opposite of minus 6, which is plus 6. So 3x is equal to 36. And then my last thing, get rid of that 3 by dividing by 3. So x is equal to 36 divided by 3, which is 12. So, looks complicated, but you can do it slowly if you want to. Now, you might want to not always write down these things that I'm doing in red. You might want to begin pushing yourself to not having to write these things down. Probably when I do this video, I'm going to write them down, but when I actually do maths myself, I don't do all this kind of crossing through and writing things down in a different color. But you're learning a new topic, okay? So in the next video, we're going to be looking at equations with brackets. Found this video helpful? Then why not drop it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like the next video in the playlist, you can click here to be taken straight to it. And as always, wishing you the very best for all your studies.